Tonight on Noir, we get some trigger time with Silver Star recipient John Wayne Walding and some of his beasts from his shop 5 Toes Custom, along with the surprise guest. And I also give my thoughts on the 500 Magpul series pump-action shotgun from Mossberg. And we nickname Stage 6 the Bermuda Triangle, because a lot can go wrong. So welcome back to another episode of Noir. You got something you want to share with the world or something?
Well, there is something that I mentioned to you a little bit earlier, and it is the fact that I am so frustrated with one thing from the antis, the people who don't necessarily trust citizens with guns. Every time we propose one of those bills and we pass one of those bills, you have legislators, in the case of Wisconsin concealed carry, spent a lot of time there, Governor Doyle saying, blood's gonna flow in the streets, innocent people are gonna die every day, et cetera, if people are allowed to carry concealed firearms for their self-defense. Vetoed the bill twice. Allowed people to be defenseless for a long time. All of that, they're so vehement about it. But when the law becomes effective, like in Wisconsin, we have 250,000 citizens with concealed carry permits, and there are no problems. There aren't any problems for the good people. The bad guys are paying some consequences because there have been a lot of self-defense shootings in Wisconsin since concealed carry passed in public. But why don't they ever come out and say, I'm sorry, I didn't trust the citizens, I'm wrong.
Because that doesn't help their cause.
Right. It doesn't help their cause, but their cause is so wrong.
Once people start getting a little bit more combative about what you're doing, and we're like, you know, us programmers are going to be alongside, we're like, that doesn't make any sense. That's not going to work. It's going to hurt people.
Right.
And then you kind of, you bear down and you're like, no, this is what we're going to do. Because I'm right, you're wrong. And that can go both ways. The problem is, once the ego gets invested, it turns into a whole nother thing altogether.
Game. Yeah.
You know?
Logic is thrown
right.
out the door. But it's so clear. Like, I mean, it's one thing like on a tax policy or something where the implications aren't necessarily absolutely black and white. But in the case of Wisconsin concealed carry, 250,000 permit holders now, there are no problems whatsoever. Those 250,000 people are doing everything right.
And I think that's where we are right now. We're kind of at the pinnacle of reaching out to people who don't know much about guns, who don't understand a lot of the policy aspects, are largely apathetic to it, but think that they know enough to say, you know what, that's a bad idea, or that's gonna be a good idea when they don't.
Yeah. You're probably never gonna get your apology. I think it's happened like one time.
It did happen one time like 17 years ago in Arizona, yeah. But I do feel better because it is off my chest. Thanks for that.
Well, good. Well, we had a really badass guest on the show this week.
Yeah, with one of the most badass names that I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
John Wayne.
I actually think Darren's a little jealous. I think Darren, when she was named, he was named John Wayne as a child.
Hey, I can file in the state of Texas for a name change.
That just would not be.
Would that be what it was?
Absolutely.
It is an awesome name, but let's take a look at what you guys did with John Wayne Walding.
John Wayne Walding, Army Green Beret, Silver Star recipient, and he has the bottom portion of his right leg missing.
Well, I tell everybody you should see the other guy. Right? Don't worry about my legs. Look at the other guy.
And that's the right way to be.
Well, you can't let it beat you.
No.
That's the ultimate goal is if I don't get up out of bed, Taliban wins.
Yeah.
If I don't have a successful life, the Taliban wins. So for every step I take, for every shot that I make now, every great time that I have, that's a middle finger to the Taliban. Try it again, buddy. Not this time, you know.
Gotcha.
And so that's what it is. You just got to keep moving forward. You can't, get the boo-boo lip up. You got to suck it up and saying feeling sorry is not going to do anything. And, lean forward and fight hard.
Right. And it's awesome. And part of your successful life is making guns for free Americans. 5 Toes Custom is your rifle company.
I think it's one of the most awesome company names I've ever come across.
It is.
It's definitely a conversation starter.
Right.
So I knew that's what I was supposed to do, and just because I had the injury, I didn't want that to stop me. And so I kept going, and I kept trying to get as physically fit as I can. And one of the things I did was I went through sniper school, and I became the first amputee to ever graduate Special Forces Sniper School. And taking that to the civilian world, that's what I'm trying to do, is teach people the same platforms that we had, the same things that we had to use down as Green Berets. We want I want them to have them.
Sure.
You owe it to the fallen to live well. That's something that I make sure that everybody knows is that I'm no hero. The people that didn't make it home, they're the heroes. The men and women that died on the battlefield, they're the heroes. They gave the ultimate sacrifice. I'm just a patriot that served my country. They don't have the choice to come back you know, to America and have great days like we had today, shooting guns and being American, right?
Well, and one other thing that makes America awesome, I think maybe the thing that makes America so much better and freer than the rest of the countries around the world, the guns that are behind us. So let's take a look at some of your guns.
The problems with pump-action shotguns are that they're all drama queens who demand a lot of attention. Pump-actions don't know the meaning of subtlety. There's nothing subtle about racking a shotgun. It's noisy, violent, and jarring at times. However, with a semi-auto, you load the rounds and pull the trigger until you hear click. Then you rinse, wash, and repeat. Now, I'm not saying pump actions are hard to run. I'm just saying running them is a little more involved than people give them credit for. I have to be honest. It took me a second to get used to the Magpul furniture on the 500 Magpul series. Something just didn't seem right. However, over time, my eyes got used to seeing the furniture. But by no stretch of the imagination am I calling this gun good looking, because it's not. I largely ignored it while LaSorte swooned over it like a baby pig. It just looked funny to me. But I have to say, what this gun lacks in looks, it makes up for in sheer character. The Magpul furniture is functionally ergonomic. The stock and grip were designed to put in work and not lull you to sleep with its plushness. This isn't a leisurely shotgun. This is a fighting gun. It wants to be used and abused and ran hard. It doesn't care how it looks. It just wants you to get the job done. It's when I stop fighting the gun and work with the gun that I find that sweet zone. You develop an almost religious faith in its durability. And when I realized there was nothing I could do to hurt this gun, I started pushing myself to go past my comfort zone. Runners achieve a runner's high. I seemingly achieved a gunpowder high where I couldn't put the damn thing down. It hurt at times. I'd mess up, miss shots, forget to chamber rounds, but I kept going because loading rounds, racking the pump, aiming and firing this gun was like a violent dance with a girl who isn't quite your type because she's loud and abrasive. But then you realize you kind of like it because it excites you and keeps you on your toes. And before you know it, she's your best friend trying to fight your battles for you because she's got your back. Just like the 500 Magpul series shotgun from Mossberg now has mine.
So, the gunfighter who makes guns. So, some of these 3 guns are what Five Toes Custom is making right now, and you have a lot more in your repertoire. But talk to us a little bit about the 3 we have here.
The guy that I built that one for, he wanted, you know, what special operations is used. And, you know, I'm a Green Beret sniper, so he wanted a sniper gun built by a Green Beret sniper. And so, you know, that's the Remington Rax chassis. I went straight to what, you know, won the sniper system for SOCOM.
Right.
But I went ahead and since, again, with good fashion, how Five Toes rolls, you got to be cool and you got to be groundbreaking. So I went ahead and I went to Proof Research and I got their barrel, their carbon fiber barrel. It's unbelievable. It's, you know, I think their statistic is about 68% of the weight's gone, but you keep the same accuracy, the same rigidity.
Right.
And so it really turned out great. And it's a Ferrari. That's what I
mean, it really is. I mean, it's one of the guns that when you pull it out of the gun safe,
Yeah.
this is like one of the ones that's gonna impress some people. I want to see John Wayne shoot this suppressed rifle right now. 308 suppressed rifle. I'm gonna take that for you.
There you go.
And let's see ping some steel with that thing. All right, let's see how this thing runs.
Range is hot.
I think that's how to do it. I mean,
What do you think?
that looks like one shot on a newly painted piece of steel. That's how a Green Beret sniper runs a gun, evidently. He never came off the scope when he was working the bolt. That's how we're supposed to do it.
Stand by.
Jeez. I cannot believe how quiet that suppressor is with 308. That is nuts. Nice shooting, man. I mean,
yeah, that gun does not suck.
Well, I think you've already sold the gun
here.
to this guy right here. So you've been running and gunning with us today. You're shooting prone. You've been moving, shooting. What other activities you engage in? I know you've been a marathoner.
Yeah, I did the Boston Marathon, what was it, 2009, so a year after I got shot and finished fourth place. It was one of I was happy and sad, right? I was like, yeah, I finished fourth. Like, dang it, I should have freaking trained. I'd have got first.
On a hand crank.
Yeah, I was on a hand crank, yeah.
But shooting and running on uneven ground, running some of our stages, and you marathon, and I mean, like, you don't play golf.
Yeah, I play golf. Well, I got a wife, 4 kids, and a gun company, so I don't
All
play
right,
as much
all
as I
right,
like to,
'cause
but yeah.
I'm a little bit of a golf nut. I've got to see your golf swing, and I keep my clubs in my truck at all times, so we're going to see that. I do it all the time. If I'm driving by the golf course, I want to swing.
I'm not going to let you think that's okay.
So I want to see your golf swing.
Sounds
It's going to
good.
happen
Let's
right
do
now. All right, John Wayne, we saw that you could shoot, and I've been golfing since I was 3. I need to see your swing. Maybe I can tweak it a little bit for you. I can't help you in the shooting side, but maybe I can help the golf game. I don't know. Let's see your swing.
Sweet.
Not bad, not bad. I mean, I think the one thing that you could probably do to tweak it a little bit is...
Whoa. You know, I'm not an expert in shooting, but I can tell you this. This leg right here is in the wrong place. I'm just saying. You don't mind if I go over here and shoot 26 Nosler? It's very
No, no, that's good. And actually, sooner the better. Okay. Who the hell's the old guy with the accent?
Because you don't know who that is?
No.
It's David Faraday.
What? That?
Yeah.
The funniest guy on the planet? The golfer?
Yes.
No way.
How do you not know that?
Get away from me!
He's gonna have to reload here because he's been shooting like normal Colion does.
Adventure breeds character, and the path should be less traveled. Independence breeds survival, and you must depend on who you know you are. Your inspiration drives you to never waste a moment. As a pioneer, an advocate, a gun owner, it's time to celebrate your lifestyle every single day.
John Wayne Walding 5 Toes Custom.
So I'm definitely drooling over that bolt action that he built.
You really were. Like, you were completely consumed, distracted by it, and I understand why. All of his guns are seriously...
I don't think people quite understand the symphonic beauty of hearing nothing from the gun and then just hearing a .308 round smack against a piece of steel.
I think what's so cool about him is, I mean, here's a guy that just did not let anything hold him back.
Absolutely
keep him
not.
back. I mean,
he was running and gunning with us. I mean, he is as able-bodied as any one of us. Totally inspiring story. And what's neat is, so he has taken his passion as a Green Beret sniper, passed sniper school with an amputation.
Can't think about anybody who would want building my rifle.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, he
kidding.
knows his stuff, and he's actually turned it into his business post-military. He makes great guns, very cool. And what was really cool is David Faraday, somebody who I literally believe is one of the funniest people on the planet. He loves America because he wasn't always an American, and he loves the vets who have served our country, especially the wounded guys, does a lot for charity. But he is a true gun nut. Like, he does all of his own reloading. His 26 Nosler that he shoots, he knew exactly what his velocities were, how far his bullets, you know, protruded out of the shell casing, all that. An awesome dude.
Cool.
Darren met his idol.
Yeah, pretty
you
much.
did. It
Yeah, I
sounds
was
like
gonna
it.
say, bow down.
Katie, take us to the course.
All right, so heading into this stage, Colion, you are at 3 minutes and 54 seconds, and LaSorte still has the lead at 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Let's get on and see the next one. This week's stage features the Smith & Wesson M&P 1522 rifle. Its minimal recoil can tempt shooters to get ahead of themselves and shoot too quickly. With 20 required hits in this stage and just a 25-round magazine, getting out of control could mean a time-consuming reload. They will begin with 5 shots at the 40, then run to the 60 and 80-yard lines for another 5 shots each before completing the triangle with their final 5 shots at the original position.
I know you're in mental recovery from the last stage. I'm going to state the obvious and say it was a little rough. What are you going to do, though, to adjust now?
You're not one for euphemisms.
Yeah. I'm telling like it is.
I don't really expect to gain much ground on this stage just because we are talking about a 22.
Right. So how much do you like shooting the Smith & Wesson 22? It's fun. It's such a fun gun to shoot.
It's like, I've said it in one of my review videos of it. It's the funnest gun I've ever shot.
Yes. I think that might be the first thing I'll have me shoot. I mean, yeah, I feel like both of you guys are going to be very accurate at this stage. It seems like this gun, because it is so fun, y'all shoot it often, too, so you're very well versed with it. He's definitely burying this right now. This is pretty impressive. Do you have any strategy changes you think you're going to try and do to make up some time, or are you just going to go fast? All right, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
The only problem with the Smith & Wesson MP 1522 is that I have a tendency to want to shoot it too fast.
Right.
And then start throwing my shots.
Right.
See, he's very strategic, very methodical about it.
Yes.
I'm just kind of like a reckless abandon. Like I'm just kind
I
of
feel like you're an adrenaline shooter. Like once you get going, you're pop, 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 pop. Yeah.
Got you at 37.35.
37.35, I think, with one miss, maybe 2, 3.
Not bad.
That's gonna be a tough one to beat, baby.
All right, Colion, gear up. Let's get going.
Now you gotta stay and hang out. We're gonna talk to LaSorte about his performance really quickly. All right, LaSorte, that was pretty good.
That was a lot of running.
You know you enjoy shooting that 22, don't you?
I do, and actually, I think my buddy Colion even did a review on that thing, and he said it was one of the funnest guns he's ever shot.
He did.
Are you gonna be able to beat that time?
Come on, why do you like asking questions you know the answer to?
All right, go do it.
Good luck.
I love it. You do have some time to make up, I do believe. You're not going to do it on this run, but you might make up some.
His strategy, he said, to catch up and to gain some ground on your 38, 39-second lead right now, is to go fast. And I'm like, really, Colion? When do you not go fast?
Right.
I feel like that's always his strategy.
He runs 100% of the time, and that's the difference, you know. So he just loves to come out and have fun shooting. I mean, he just goes out and has fun. There he goes.
And there he goes. Okay. Now I'm very, very curious to see right now if he can make up some ground. He seems to be a little more competitive nature that he likes to see your score and work towards beating.
Yes, yes.
So that's
he does like to go second, but he's got to start winning at some point, and when he wins, he's going to have to go first.
Now, we haven't talked about how is it affecting you guys shooting at night and shooting in these different lights? Is it any different, or is it kind of the same?
It is different. I mean, you just don't get as good a sight picture.
Right.
He's going to have to reload here because he's been shooting like normal Colion does. He's going to end up going empty before. Yep, right there.
Oh, man, you know, see, that's also where your tactical training, he already knows in his head, he knows, LaSorte's on it. He's like, I got this, there's some seconds.
Right, and so right there, that was a good reload. So that was a very quick reload on his part.
Let's hear his score.
All right, I got you at 44.01, just a few seconds behind the big guy. I think it was your mag change that probably got you on that.
Right, Colion, what happened?
What do you mean?
Well, what happened out there?
The gun went empty. It's not my fault.
You love that gun, and you love to shoot that gun very fast.
This is again where, like, this finger acts independent of every thinking bone in his body. Like, I actually did realize that I wanted to avoid the reload, so it shot a little more slowly, a little bit more accurately. His finger's like, this is fun!
Well, I feel like, too, that's where the tactical difference comes in. We did talk about that, too, on the recap, but you're counting in your head as you go. I'm sure you were counting your hits, but not your well, see, he wasn't even doing that.
I was waiting for John to say, all right, you're good.
He's just having fun.
And he's definitely, you're not counting your overall bullets, which I think is something that probably with training comes a little more natural.
Well, it sounded like you were strategizing in the middle of the game.
Right, and it was weird because when I was running to the 80, I kind of realized I had a couple of misses. I knew I could afford a few misses, but just a few. And so I really shot deliberatively at 80 yards and then ran forward. I was pretty confident I was gonna make my shots at the closer distance.
I was that kid, and I guarantee you he was the opposite kind of kid. When you go to a carnival, there are two types of kids, right? There's the kid who goes to carnival to see how many tickets he could possibly get playing the games. And there's the kid who just plays the games just to play the games and give a damn about the tickets, right? I'm the latter. I guarantee you were the former.
Right.
Like you came back with like a bunch of tickets and you were like,
why else would you play if you're not like coming back with all the tickets?
All I was doing was looking for free cotton candy, man.
I love it. Well, we've got about a 45-second difference right now. So you guys tune in next week to see if Colion Noir takes the lead.
Next week on Noir.
Stay on safe.
You missed one. I can't afford to miss.
Okay, we'll start saying some prayers.
I forgot.
And there's that sprint.